good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on last year's national champions, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Volunteers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own.
Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
They'll give it to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title, David.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
Wide receiver comes in motion. He's got it again. He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Takes it from the gun on third down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To throw, it's Madden. Snagged out of the air. Oh, what a move to get open. Free up the gut. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. They're on the board first here in the season opener. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Hold and fire complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that. Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, running back gets to give. Picks up the first down, still moving. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Wood. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They'll throw it from the red zone. He wants it all. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
No rest for the wicked for this offense. They are taking shots. You just saw a big explosive play on the previous one, and right away they get back to the line of scrimmage, and they throw it in the end zone. They have got this defense on their heels.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll bring it out. It's Dalton. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On the option. Now the pitch. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting Hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Madden. The sweet feet buy a little time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
This offense has it with really good field position. On the run, it's Simon. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the running back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Dalton. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To throw, it's Madden. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of his quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
He's moving out of the pocket. Unleashes one. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Spits it out to the back. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense.
I know that's offensive pass interference, but I actually think that's a very heads-up play because that ball might have got intercepted. That was an errant throw. The receiver knew it, and instead of allowing the defender to pick it off, he knew, hey, I got to create a penalty here and save my quarterback and bail him out.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Flushed out of the pocket. He's forced out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense will take it as a sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win first and second down, you set up third and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
They kick it away on fourth down. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on second down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Bringing it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to...
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Got some room to run. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Longhorns. And they turn it into a defensive score. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Dalton. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Quarterback moving. He throws one to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. Finds a seam. Touchdown ball. Once he got some room, it was over.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days, but how about this quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he can advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Give to the back. Look out, he's got room. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on second down. The short hands, it's Simon. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Might be calling a hot route. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short yardage situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
To the air on first down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I like the play call there. I know it falls incomplete, but you're in the defensive side of the field right now, and you're going back to the guy that's already scored a touchdown for you. This guy has stepped up. He's made a play. So if I'm on offense, I keep throwing him the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. He turns that loose down the right side. Turning it on. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of air, and it was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. They can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Free yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Looking to pass. It's Madden. He's got him in the flat. And a little bit of breathing room after that gain. He's out of bounds at the 11.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
And the Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll return it from the 50. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. The give to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last two drives, and the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their third possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They're going back to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second. Ball is loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. The Vols are in the hurry-up. They want to run this quarterback. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A 4th down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big 4th down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Picks up the first down. There he goes. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Volunteers have this offense rolling. The pull and throw off the RPO. No huddle offense to the line. Looking downfield, it's Madden. They get to him as he throws. He makes the catch. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. It's been hard enough to slow down these guys on this drive. Now the penalty gives them another 1st and 10. Got his man out of the backfield. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They just keep firing. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Skips away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Tennessee.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance. On fourth down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. On the run, it's Simon. Fights off a defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They feed him again. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to the ground. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Breaks into the open. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Quarterback making adjustments. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Game one, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Fielded in the end zone, it's Dalton. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. So here is the Tennessee offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but he's taking the shot. He's got it inside the 30. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The Volunteers in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Madden. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 6 over Auburn. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on 2nd down. Safe completion on the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And the Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll send the tight end in motion. He wants to change this route. A run for the quarterback. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, and the quarterback was looking for the big fella. And I tell you what, you throw these routes to big tight ends, it usually ends well, but it was really, really good coverage, breaking on that corner route and getting the ball to the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down.
37-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Longhorns will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Back to pass, it's Madden. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Bringing the heat. Kept it, and he's past the marker. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Vols want to pick up the tempo. With the catch, it's Wilson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. This juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. On fourth down, looking for the completion. On the run, fires downfield. Connection to the right. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Quarterback will keep it. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 31-28. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.